Hey guys, just another quick SJM update, and this time it pisses me off just a little bit because it seems like they have been gloating in our faces the whole time. So we've been talking about the shoes a lot. Why did he throw away the shoes? Were the shoes wet? Are the shoes a crucial piece of evidence? The shoes, the shoes, the shoes. Are you like some crazy rich person that you just throw away shoes if it just gets a little scuff? Or was it really super suspicious that you threw away your shoes? Well, you've probably made your conclusions about the shoes. What we forgot about were the socks. So from our other favorite YouTuber, Chongi TV, the guy that looks like the ninja that goes around and does also experiments on site and goes to protests, actually organizes those protests. So remember, it took the police weeks to even collect everything that Mr. A was wearing that night for a forensics test. And by the time he turned all of those things in, which wasn't even everything that he was wearing, everything had been laundered, washed, even his backpack. So let's look specifically at the list, and let's look at the socks, which we overlooked because that is so suspicious. So specifically, this is what he turned in. Laundered college jacket, the Letterman jacket, laundered backpack, laundered shorts, and then socks. But then there's a huge asterisk and note underneath saying that the socks were not the socks that he wore on his feet that night. The socks were in his backpack that night. Supposedly, right? Who carries an extra pair of socks in their backpack? And there's no mention of the socks that he did wear that night. Where are those socks? Where are those socks? Where? We're not even asking about those socks. So we are going to accept the fact that you threw away your shoes, but we're not even going to ask one question about where did your socks go? Where'd your socks go? Where did your socks go? Where are your socks? Apparently the police didn't care, and they said that they tested these items and nothing came back from their test. There was no blood on any of the clothing items or the backpack, and there was no item in particular that had any kind of material or kind of substance that was out of the ordinary. And so that was all in the clear. But of course not, it was all washed and laundered. And in the same paragraph, it said that, however, because the items had all been washed, it was difficult to make an assessment. So this report is full of phrases that are very gaslighty like this. So if you know that term gaslighting, this whole situation does now seem that it's full of gaslighting. And if you are familiar with that term and then also that concept and then also who does that sort of thing to other people, it usually means that there is something that that person is trying to hide and get away with. I mean, this report feels like it's a bunch of students who were able to just go to the final exam and write their test and the answers the way that they wanted to, and then just turn it in. And the YouTuber, the ninja looking guy, actually did go into the river with his shoes and his socks on, and he barely got in, and he slipped, he fell, and then boom, immediately his shoes and his socks slipped off. So it is very clear that shoes and socks, they are very vital. They are very important to this investigation. And we have neither one from Mr. A. No shoes, no socks, no service whatsoever. So let's hope that if the prosecution does take this case, that there is going to be an emphasis on the socks and why there are so many glaring holes such as this, and that the fact that just because there is not any incriminating evidence, that does not automatically exonerate you. Just because you didn't show up to a test to fail doesn't mean you did not fail the test. It does not mean you passed the test. If you don't show up for your driver's license test, that doesn't mean you passed it and then you can drive. You have to submit the right documents. If you don't submit the right evidence, then why should you be cleared? It doesn't make sense. If I want to go, let's say, get a mortgage, and if I don't submit the right paperwork, that doesn't mean I submitted the right paperwork and you should just loan me as much money as I want to buy whatever house that I want to. That's the way it's looking right now. Anyhow, so that's what's going on with Mr. A's dirty socks, which essentially were way too clean to be innocent. Alright guys, we'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.
Tune in next time. Don't forget to subscribe. Find us on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Love you.